Hey, welcome back to my channel, Unique World. If you are new, go ahead and subscribe to my channel so that you do not miss another DIY video. Today, we're going to be doing Halloween glasses. The first thing that you want to do is go into Google and find the image that you would like to place on your pumpkin. I chose a pumpkin face and I chose some bats to place inside my cups, and I just typed up the words trick or drink and I typed up the word boo. Tip number 1, make sure that you mirror what you're going to be putting inside of your cup that you want people to see inside your cup, and don't mirror the image that you're placing outside of the glitter. And now you will go ahead and cut your image. Now here are the images that was cut from the pre-cut. Now we're just going to put these images to the side for later. Now you're going to get your glass and we're going to clean it with alcohol. I like this glass because it is kind of in the shape of a pumpkin already. If you can see the increases in the glass, you can tell it's kind of the shape of a pumpkin. Now you're just going to get your electrical tape and you're going to cut out some rectangles, and we're going to create a pumpkin. You know how when you open a pumpkin and they decorate them, we're going to be just decorating the top in a zigzag type of style. Honestly, when I started doing this, I actually thought it would be harder to do, but it actually was quite easy once I got the hang of like the pattern that I was going for. In the comments below, let me know what you guys do during Halloween. Do you throw a Halloween party? Do you go to one? Do you decorate around the house? Do you cut out jack-o'-lanterns? Just let me know in the comments what you guys do during Halloween. And here's what it's supposed to look like after you tape your glass. Now here's where I went wrong. I'm actually supposed to mirror the word boo because it's going to be seen on the inside of the cup rather than the outside of the cup. So it would have worked if I were placing this on the outside for when I lift up the cup and everyone on the outside can see it, versus me looking inside my cup, if that makes sense. And so when I found out, I had to redo this part of the glass and mirror the image. Now I'm going to be placing the bats on the outside of the glass. Now your cup should look something like this. Now you're going to use your Mod Podge. I have dishwasher safe Mod Podge. I'm just going to pour it into a container. And I'm just going to use this paintbrush. You can use the sponge brush, but I'm just going to use this one. I'm just going to put a layer of the Mod Podge onto the glass in an even layer. Now I'm just going to sprinkle my orange glitter all over the glass until I feel like it's fully filled up with glitter. And it's okay if you don't get all of the spots on the glass, because you're going to actually repeat this step 3 times. You could do it 2 times, but I prefer to do a 3rd coat of glitter.
2 hours later.
Now I'm going to go ahead and spray my clear glaze on top of my glitter after I waited about an hour or 2. And this is going to help seal the glitter for the next time when you go ahead and do your other layer of Mod Podge.
20 minutes later.
And this is where you're going to do your second layer of Mod Podge. You're going to Mod Podge it, glitter, and then spray it again. And like I said, you want to do a third layer as well. Mod Podge, glitter, and spray. After I did my third layer of glitter and I let it dry, I'm going to go ahead and remove the tape from the glass. And now the cup should look like this as you're removing the tape. And also, if you find that your lines are not as straight as you would like them to be, you can always use an X-Acto knife to cut and make sure that your lines are straight. Oh, also, make sure you guys hit that like button and also subscribe if you haven't already. Now the not so fun part is to retape your glass for when we go ahead and do the epoxy. And you want to make sure that you tape it very well because you don't want the epoxy resin to be around the rim of the glass where your mouth will be. Now that the cup is on the cup turner, I'm just going to put the epoxy A and B, mixed it up, and I'm just placing it on the glass as the cup turner is turning the cup. And here's what it should look like. And so after 30 minutes, no longer than 45 minutes, you want to go ahead and take off the tape or remove the tape from the glass so that it doesn't harden from the epoxy. Now you will need to get some rubbing alcohol and a paper towel and just rub it against the rim of the glass to make sure that you get all of the epoxy or the extra epoxy off of the glass. Now I'm just going to remove the cup from the cup turner. I do have a sander, so I'm going to sand down my cup to make it smooth for when I put on the decal, the cup will be smooth. But since we're using fine glitter, you don't have to sand it that much. I placed my cup back on the turner and now I'm putting my decals on the cup. And because I'm very impatient, I did not wait for my cup to dry a little bit more before, the epoxy won't be so sticky. As you can see, I'm just slightly pulling up the transfer tape, but you can also see where the glitter is kind of getting a little tacky, and that is okay because you're going to have to epoxy the glass again and it'll just smooth right back out. Now I'm just going to turn my cup around and I'm going to place the trick or drink label on the opposite side where the face is located on the cup. Now that I press the label down, I'm just going to gently pull it up, and this is how it should look. Now I'm just taping the rim of the glass again so that when I do my final layer of epoxy, it doesn't go on the rim of the glass. Like before, we're just going to put the epoxy on the glass and I'm just going to go ahead and smooth it out with my finger. I really like how this epoxy always make my arts and crafts or my cups and tumblers shine and have that glossy look. It just takes a moment for it to cure. It cures for about maybe like 24 hours, 72 hours completely. But I really like how epoxy just make your cups turn out. And you can actually tell the difference between this glass and my watermelon wine glass that I made in the previous video. which I will have in the link in the description box. But it's more, this one's more glossy versus the other one where I just used triple thick. It has a gloss to it, but not as glossy as this pumpkin cup will be. Now you're going to just let this turn and dry overnight, so in the morning it'll be done. If you like what you see, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, peace.